Hello and welcome to my capstone presentation. My name is Elena and my poster is titled 4 Ways Indigenous Knowledges Can Improve the World Food System. So throughout my undergraduate career, I studied the food system a lot just because I'm interested in it, and the main problems that I can summarize with the food system are that it is ecologically unsustainable. There are issues with compensation for both farmers and farm workers, and it's very hard to make a living as a food provider, and that even in 2020, not everyone has access to healthy foods, and this continues to be a problem, especially at an affordable price. On the other hand, food systems in Indigenous communities, as I know from prior knowledge and also from taking an AIS class at UW, are more sustainable, and I wanted to research how how the global food system would benefit from listening to and learning from these Indigenous lessons. This brings me to my research question, which is what kind of value would Indigenous knowledges bring into non-Indigenous agricultural practices? So the internship that I had last summer was with the Organic Farm School, and I worked on making podcast episodes for them on regenerative agriculture. I was responsible for editing episodes, and I also made my own with my faculty advisor, Charlotte Cote, on Indigenous food sovereignty. It was a really fun experience. Aside from that, my research was conducted as like a literature review, and I focused on work that came from Indigenous voices and scholars mostly. So my findings to answer my question are that the values we could bring in with Indigenous knowledges into the world food system would be to cultivate a natural respect for the environment, fostering community connections, including more connections among like food producers and consumers, also increasing the diversity of perspectives responsible for building the food system. We know that the more voices at the table, the better and more inclusive and equitable a system becomes. And there are also beneficial health effects with eating more aligned with like Indigenous knowledges and experiences because the foods are less processed and more diverse. So I think my research is really significant because not only are Indigenous communities models for the food system, but they also are deeply affected by the current food system. They don't have access to their traditional foods like they used to, and that part of that is because we don't have a diverse food system right now, and a lot of the crops we sell are the same. And also, so for this reason, we should really be listening to Indigenous communities. I really want to focus on appreciation, not appropriation. So learning from Indigenous knowledges in any way that they would like to offer to us, and not ever like taking or stealing, like making space. So moving forward, my conclusion is just that we need to look at our food system more holistically and value food not only for its monetary value, but also the connection that it brings us to nature, the way that it affects our health, and the way that it brings communities together, all of these reasons. And food is responsible for a lot of this. So thank you for coming to my presentation.